record on this computer. We are recording. All right. Howdy, everybody. My name is Chris Hunter, and we're going to be starting our webinar on how to build a review machine for your roofing company. My name is Chris Hunter, like I said, and I am the Chief Marketing Hero for Marketing Heroes, and this is through RoofingSites.com, and this is basically how to build a review machine for your roofing company. So let's start out with problems here. Okay, I'm going to move my face out of the way. Roofers, just don't get enough reviews. Most roofers that we see, they don't get enough reviews. They don't have systems in place to ask for those reviews. However, most customers check the reviews to make buying decisions. So it's a real issue. Most roofers don't even know how to ask for reviews. And that's obviously a big problem. And if you send them to Google, what if they leave you a bad review? So most roofers will just, in most companies, honestly, and this isn't just restricted just to roofers, this is, all small businesses, they just choose to ignore that piece, and which really, unfortunately, comes back and kind of bites you a little bit in the behind. So in today's webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about how to build a proactive system to get reviews for your roofing company. Okay. The first part of this system is built around SMS and email campaigns. SMS has become more and more popular in the past year or so, and super important. But that's one of the things I'm going to talk about today. The other is that we're going to show you how to prevent negative reviews and how to follow up via SMS and email, and how to build how to leverage those reviews and put them into your marketing. Okay. Who am I? My name is Chris Hunter. Like I said earlier, I'm the Chief Marketing Hero of Marketing Heroes. I'm in College Station, Texas, which is just northwest of Houston. It is the home of Texas A&M. Whoop! I am an Aggie, if you can't tell. I've got the Texas A&M shirt on right now. Tons of Aggie paraphernalia all around this house. I'm the father of three. This is actually a picture of me and my two sons when they were really young. That's me when I was a pre-COVID beard and a lot younger. I think I took that in 2012 on a ride that I was on for the MS-150. My son now is 15 years old. This son is now 12 years old. So this dramatic difference. And then my daughter, who was, I think, about 1 year old in the stroller right here, is now 9 years old. So I have been doing SEO since 1998, right? And if you make note of that, that's really before Google even launched. I started working on SEO on my own websites in 1998, but back then it was Yahoo that you tried to get ranked on. And when Google came around, I really started focusing a little bit more on that on my own websites. Notice I'm saying that as a plural. I had many websites, still do. I think at this point I own up to 600 websites. So I've been focusing, really on SEO in all that time. We've added all sorts of other things to our agency since then, but SEO to me is the basis of all of your digital marketing and should never, ever be ignored. Okay. RoofingSites.com. We started this in about 1998. We wanted to figure out we had started figuring out how to rank websites for roofers. We had done a great job in the 4 or 5 years prior to that. And we started niching down at about that time. And we decided, you know what, roofers are easy to work with, and we can drive them all sorts of leads and get them ranked and do all sorts of great things for them and really help their business. So we started that in 2018. Random fact here is I rode my bike from College Station, Texas to Baltimore to raise money and awareness for pancreatic cancer. That's near and dear to my heart simply because that's what my dad passed away from in 2009. And in 2012, I decided, you know what, I'm going to ride from here, right here in College Station to Baltimore, all on my own on a bike. And I think that was my midlife crisis, but that is yet to remain to be seen. Um, the mission of roofing sites, by the way, is to double the size of 1,000 roofing companies by 2025. So we've got good ways to go on that, but that's our BHAG, our big hairy audacious goal. All right, so this is all about me. So let's talk now about problems, right? So that first problem that I talked about, there's no systems. Most roofers don't have systems in place um, in order to get reviews, right? And since we know that reviews are so important, that's a huge issue, right? So we want to make sure that we put a system in place and we don't leave it up to our sales staff or foreman to ask for a review once a job is done, right? Um, it's much simpler to put them into an automatic system that actually proactively asks for that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, as we all know, we've all gotten bad reviews. I've had them for our agency. Just disgruntled employees, disgruntled customers. You know, it happens, and there is no way to remove a review on Google, unfortunately, right? And so, if you don't have a system in place to get good reviews, all that's sitting out there is your bad reviews, right? And so, and as we all know that, I mean, we can't do anything without a great reputation. And if our reputation is suffering, it's going to hurt all of your marketing efforts. So this is, in our system that we use with all roofers, this is the very basis of the system. Okay. Um, and we want to make sure that we don't just ask for the review once, right? We want to have some sort of a system that proactively continues to ask. Problem number two is that there's no reviews, but that's the number one way to research, right? We all know that. And more importantly now, because consumer behavior has dramatically shifted, from March of this year onward. People are online more than ever before. And we're seeing that in Google Analytics with almost all of our roofers, is that, there's more and more and more um, people researching you online, and it doesn't just stop at Google My Business, right? What we're going to talk about today is mainly revolving around Google My Business, but there's other places like Yelp, there's Facebook, there's all sorts of places that people go and research you. So you want to make sure that you have a stellar um, reputation in order to attract those customers to you, right? And in order for them to even give you a call. So like I said, researched on Google and Facebook, and the problem with this is that if there's no reviews, right, it's just very easy for a consumer just to completely pass you up. So what if, and this is what a lot of the people that I talk with, they say, well, what if customers leave a bad review? All right. Well, since you don't have a proactive system that gates those reviews, you know, 94% of all roofers, all right, choose not to ask. They just ignore it. And what happens in that case is that people will go out and leave a review, right? And most of those people that do that kind of stuff are people who are angry at you, right? So we don't want to leave it up to chance. I call this analysis paralysis. And that someone leaves a bad review, and choosing not to do anything is just it's just not an option, you know. Um, so we need that way. We need a way to ensure that bad reviews only go to uh, the owner of the business or to the managers of the business, the general manager or someone that can actually respond to that bad review before it even hits Google, before it even hits Yahoo. Yeah, that was a blast from the past, right? Before it even hits, Yelp, or it hits, Facebook. So now, last problem, a lot of people just don't even know how to ask for reviews. And since the consumer behavior has changed, how do you even ask for that? How do you even go about that to ask for that review? A lot of people just don't even know, right? They might ask once on the way out the door, "Hey, would you mind leaving us a review?" Right? and that's it. Even if you ask that, what's your system to follow up with them? Because as we know in sales, right? It's the everything is in the follow up on sales. So why can that not apply to this review system, right? That we're building. All right. Like I said, and we all know the follow up is the key, right? In operations in most businesses, and this isn't just restricted to roofers and roofing companies, right? This is small business wide. There's just very little follow up. Okay. All right, so here's the plan, and we talked about this already. We're going to build a system that is has SMS and email campaigns, right? We used to have this system in place, and it only would do emails. However, we have found that SMS, text messages through your phone, everybody has one of these suckers nowadays, right? Is that it is way more effective. Okay, so we built in SMS campaigns into our review machine for our clients. Okay. Um, this system also is to be put into place. It's going to help prevent those negative reviews, right? And I'll show you how here in a little bit. It also follows up via SMS and email, right? It doesn't just send one text message. It sends, several text messages until someone actually takes action. Okay. And then what do you do with those reviews once you do have them? That's great that they're sitting out there on Google. That's great that they're sitting out there on Facebook or on Yelp, right? But what do you do with those? What do you really do with those? And so that plan, let me go back to that plan. That fourth step is crucial, in my opinion, is that you take those reviews and you build a marketing system with that, right? And you put those on your website. And we'll get to that here in a minute. Okay, so how do we ask via SMS and email, right? We do a message campaign, right? Message one goes out on day one, right? The second that you complete a job, right, send out that message, because that is at the pinnacle of the point that they're most likely either going to be most happy or most pissed off at you, right? So either way, you want to make sure that you get either a good review or that you are in place in between that person and Google. Okay. So that goes out on day one. I'm going to go over these here in a second and show you exactly how these are. Okay. As examples, but message two goes out on day three, and message three goes out on day seven. Okay. This goes with SMS, email, or both. Okay. They're getting hit up in multiple places to ensure that they're getting, a chance that, and you're following up with, hey, would you mind leaving us a review? Let us know how we did. Okay. And really the key with all of this is automation. Now there's lots and lots of tools out there that are being built, have been built, all that kind of stuff. We built our own that we call the review machine, right? Which is why we're showing you how to do the review machine. But the key is really in the automation on that, right? It's not put to chance. It's not left to somebody to remember how to do, right? This is actually a system that is in place that happens every single time that you finish a job. Okay. All right. So let me show you some examples here. Let me see if I can figure out how to get to my, okay. So this is our software. Okay. And I'm going to show you a couple of the message campaigns. If you want these message campaigns, right, to put into whatever system that you want to, just email me at chris.hunter@roofingsites.com. And I'll be sure and just give you those if you would like these. But so as you can see in here, this is our automation that goes out. And this right here is just the email drip. Okay. We have another one that goes out that is a SMS, okay, which is a little bit more simple than this one. But for the most part, hey, contact first name. Thanks for choosing your location name. I'd like to personally invite you to share your experience. Your feedback not only helps us, it helps other potential customers. It takes only a moment and would mean the world to us. Big call to action button, review us now. And did you already write a review? Thank you. Click here to unsubscribe, right? And then we have a few variables in here, your location name and your location full address. So this is what goes out the second that you close out that job. Okay. The next one goes out 3 days after that. Okay. Very similar. Hey, contact first name. I'm just writing to follow up to see if you had a chance to complete a review of location name, right? Um, your feedback means a lot to us, blah, 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 all that stuff. Review us now, big button, right? Call to actions are huge in marketing, right? And this is no different. Got to be clear, extremely clear on exactly what you want them to do. Email number 3 goes out after 4 days after that last one. Okay, so we're at the 7th day here. Hi, contact first name. I hope you still find a moment to share. You'll still find a moment to share your experience of location name. Your feedback to us not only helps us improve our businesses or our business, it helps us, gosh, I can't talk, helps potential customers. We made the process quick and easy to save you valuable time. Click here, right? Review us now. So as you can see, these are super simple campaigns. And this goes out via email, which if you've ever done email marketing before, you understand that, you're going to get probably about a 10% at most open rate on that, right? Which is why we built in those SMS campaigns. SMS, very, very similar, right? But the difference between SMS and email, right? Email gets open 10% of the time. SMS gets open 90% of the time. Okay. So it's important as you're working with new customers, get their cell phone number. Okay. Most customers will give you that information. However, get it if, just make sure that your sales staff gets that, puts that in your CRM at the very beginning. Okay. Of that relationship. Okay, so these are very, very similar, right? 0 minutes, 3 days, and 4 days. All right, almost exactly the same. They're going to get it twice. They're going to get it via email and SMS. All right, so this one is super, super simple. Hi, contact first name. Thanks for choosing location. Would you mind leaving us a review of our services at this link? Click here to stop receiving messages. Nice and easy, right? Same one on the email number or text message number 2. Hi, contact first name. Just wanted to follow up to see if you would spare 1 minute to leave us a review of our services at this link, right? Click here to stop receiving messages. Now, what happens when they click on these links? Okay, they go to a page like this right here. Okay, that people can actually click on the stars. Right, it's got your brand name on it. It's got your logo. Right, it might have your colors in there. Our colors are green for the color of money. Right, so let's say that they leave a 2 stars. Okay, boom, it opens up a form here, right? And that, again, this is our system, but most systems that I've seen that are built like this, and I'll give you a few of those here at the end, are built very, very similar. Okay, so this, if they leave a 2 stars review or click on 2 stars, it pulls up a form. This form goes to you, not to Google, not to Facebook, not to Yelp. Okay, this goes directly to you so you can address it. So let's say that hey, you left a mess in my yard, right? Which is a big part of the reviews that we see, is that that's going to go to you. You can address it right there, stem it. So sorry, I'm going to go have someone come out there and completely clean everything up, right? So that's that, right? Let's say that they leave a 4-star or a 5-star, right? It pulls up this and it says, hey, thank you so much. We need your help. Would you mind sharing your experience on one of these sites? And then they click on Google, and guess what? It pulls open the actual review form right then and there, right? And this is the key that we found. We've tried sending messages to people just go directly to um, Google. That doesn't really work, right? I mean, it does actually. It works really well, but the problem is that there's no gating. There's no way to stem any of those bad reviews. So, anyways, as you can tell, look, it pulled in all 5 stars here. Great people to work with, blah, blah, blah. You can type in whatever you want to here. Okay. Same thing with your clients. And the last part of the system that we give to our clients is a poster, right? And you can have this in your office. So as people come in, this can be hanging there, or it can be sitting up there at your receptionist desk. This includes a QR code that basically they just take their phone, they snap it, and it pulls them directly to that review page, which is right over here. Okay. pulls them directly here, and so that they can leave a review. So that's pretty much it. It's a super simple system, but it is so very effective, right? And where we typically start with our clients is that we say, okay, why don't you send us a list of your prior customers, all right? And that can be an Excel or a CSV or something like that. And we'll upload that into our system and put them into these campaigns to push them here. By doing that, we typically get 2 to 3 reviews per day for our customers, which is huge. And it can be huge for your business, right? As people are seeing those reviews, they're going to say, oh wow, okay, so you've got 30 something reviews and your competitor has 2, right? So who do you think that they're going to go with, right? So as an example, I went out there and just looked at some, did some searches, and one of them is Plano roofing company near me, right? Um, so as you can see, we've got 3 different companies here, right? These are the 3 choices that Google is basically giving the consumers, when someone says, I need a roofing company near me, right? First one is 20 reviews. Second one is 12 reviews, right? A little bit better reviews. They might go and look at those. But look at this. High tech roofing and construction. Hopefully you're not watching this. I'm sorry, but if you do, if you are, please give me a call. We can definitely help you. But 3 reviews versus 20 or 12, right? No, no. Who do you think they're going to go with? Most likely American, or even this Plano roofing company. So it's super important that that you get those reviews and get that proactive system going for your company to get those reviews. All right, so I'm going to jump back into my slide deck here. All right, so what do you do with them, right? How do you take those reviews and how do you leverage those things? All right, so the very first thing, and this is the most simple one, is to put those on your website. According to Google's and Facebook's terms of services, you own those reviews. Okay. You can't get rid of them, but you own those reviews. So you can take those and you can put those on your website, right? Every month, just go through your reviews, have someone go through your reviews, take them from Google, put them on your website. Okay. That's a no-brainer right there. The next one is something that I see very few businesses actually doing, roofing companies actually doing, right? And that's taking those reviews and putting them on Facebook. Okay. Take a screen capture and put it on Facebook. Super simple, but very few companies actually do that. The next one is Twitter, right? Twitter is super used. People go and research, do the same thing. Facebook and Twitter, right? They go hand in hand. And the third one, of course, is Instagram. Do the same exact thing and schedule those things out, right, to drip into your social platforms. Newsletter is another one, right? If you run a newsletter, which I highly recommend that you do, if not, you need to talk to us. Newsletters are super important for marketing your business. Getting people into those newsletters and then actually staying in front of them is, and I know I keep saying this, but it is important, right? And the reason for that is that let's say that they use your roofing company to replace their roof, right? And 10 years down the road, they need to get another roof, right? Or maybe 4 or 5 years down the road, that hailstorms come through and they need someone to come out. Well, if they don't remember exactly who they worked with before, because you haven't done your job to stay in front of them, right? To continually stay top of mind with them, right? If you're not doing that, then they're gonna simply call someone else, possibly, right? They're gonna open whoever has 20 reviews, as we just saw, 4.9, uh, stars reviews with 20 reviews. That's probably good enough for most people. They're probably going to call that company if they're in the 3-pack and you're not. Okay, so again, and I'm veering away from the actual reviews here, but leverage those reviews and put them in your newsletter. Okay, that's just more content for you. And here's the last one: sales materials, right? Put those reviews in your proposals. What? Put them in your proposals, right? Social proof, add social proof to absolutely everything that you have. Put them in your handouts, put them everywhere, man, right? Take those reviews, leverage the dickens out of those things. Heck, take those and make YouTube videos out of them and put them on YouTube. I mean, there's just like a million things that you can do with great reviews. So it's just a matter of building a system and doing it. Okay. Nurture campaigns. This is one of my favorites. So what are nurture campaigns? Campaigns are simply a way to get people to know, like, and trust you. Okay. So let's say that they filled out a form on your website. You have their email address, right? You have their hopefully their mobile phone. So a nurture campaign is basically warming them up to know, like, and trust you just a little bit more. Okay. So we typically put these types of campaigns in place in between your forms and the appointments. Okay. We put them in place, and that's just one set of campaigns with 4 or 5 emails that go out. Put the reviews in those emails. Okay. The next nurture campaign is in between an appointment and signing the proposal. Okay. Or the estimate. Sorry. I'm my world, it's proposals, y'all's world, it's estimates, right? So put them in everywhere, right? Leverage these out as much as you possibly can. All right, so that's about it for the roofing machine. Sorry, the roofers review machine. Try saying that 5 times. All right. That's pretty much it. Get the reviews, have a proactive system that asks for the reviews, because if you don't ask, you're never going to get it. And a system that follows up, and a system that keeps those bad reviews from going out to the internet, and then leverage the dickens out of these reviews in all of your materials. Okay, it's a simple system, but it works. Now, that being said, right, this is just one little chunk in our 4R roofing appointment machine. So what does the 4Rs stand for? And this is a system that we put, an evergreen system that we put every roofer through. Every one of our roofing companies gets put into this system. So it stands for reputation, reach, resell, and referral. Okay. Reputation is the very basis of everything that you do. It includes your reviews machine, right, and the website. Reach is simply getting in front of more people uh, than yesterday, right? That know you today. This is where most small businesses and most roofers focus all of their efforts on. Okay. Resell is sell to those people again. Okay. People are 80% more likely to do business with you once they've already done business with you, which is why it's super important to have, by the way, that newsletter going every single month in, month out, to stay in front of them. Okay. And then the last step is referral. And asking for referrals is super, super hard, right? And I would hazard to guess that 99.99% of all roofing companies don't even bother to ask for a referral. But yet that has been shown and proven that people are more likely to go with the person that has been referred to them. Okay. So we put all of our clients into our referral machine. All 4 of these pillars make up the 4R roofing machine, and they are evergreen in the fact that if something stops working in the reach area, maybe like yellow pages, right? Yellow pages no longer work. I mean, it's flat out, they just don't work. Okay. And I've proven that time and time and time again with clients who are stubborn, that want to continue spending $1,000 to $5,000 a month on their yellow page ads. Okay. Um, most of them, by the way, get 0 phone calls because we put call tracking numbers on those ads. 0 phone calls from $1,000 to $5,000 a month spent. Crazy. Anyways, so what we did a long time ago, and in fact, I never once had it in there, the yellow pages, we take that right out of the reach area. Okay. This might apply towards radio, depends on your area. This might apply towards TV. Again, it depends on your area. This definitely applies to newspapers. And again, it depends on your area. Okay, so I'm going to open this up for questions. I've talked for 31 minutes straight. I'm going to take a drink and open this up to questions. Let me see if we have any here. Corey, got any questions? If so, type it into the chat area if I can find it. Any questions, anyone? Keith, any questions on the reviews machine? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. One thing I forgot to mention. Okay, I said that I was going to tell you some symptoms or symptoms. I was going to tell you some systems to use. Okay, so there are two main systems beyond, we created our own, but there's a couple of systems to use to get reviews and to put those out there. There's one that's called Bird Eye. That's probably one of the best ones that I've ever seen out there, and highly recommend it. The other one is Podium. Podium has a whole bunch of stuff built into it, but I do highly recommend those two systems. Corey asked, how is it different than Broadly? Honestly, I don't know about Broadly. The issue with digital marketing is that there are literally thousands of different options out there, and that's the problem with digital marketing today, is that there are just too many options, right? So we've actually, boiled all of ours down into systems, and built our own systems on a lot of things. There are certain things that we do use, like for instance, what I was showing you earlier, right here, called the appointment machine. This is actually our CRM that we built, that includes all sorts of really cool things like automations and appointment scheduling and reporting on Facebook ads and Google ads, and all sorts of really cool stuff that was kind of built into this system. Most importantly, you can use it to have conversations with your own customers, and so forth. So I mean, that's a super important thing. Most roofing company, I know I keep saying roofers, but most roofing companies don't use a CRM, which is just a huge mistake. And so I highly recommend a system like this. Let me see. Do you also build websites? Yes, we do. In fact, all of our packages include a website with it, right? There's not an extra fee for a website, and that's because we've tested over the years messaging, and making sure that messaging actually is not talking about you. And I can do a whole webinar just on that. We use a system that is super popular nowadays called StoryBrand, that actually helps create the messaging that will help sell. Right, that's the most important thing of your website, to help sell. And so we with every one of our websites that we build, they're all built on the WordPress platform, and we can host it, or we can host it other places that we highly recommend, like WP Engine or places like that. But we chose WordPress, oh my gosh, probably about 10 years ago, as our platform. And we built all of our tools that hook into WordPress, and like our SEO system, our ranking machine actually hooks into WordPress, and we can build thousands of web pages, for that thousands of keyword driven landing pages, right? The problem with most SEO companies, and we were the same until we built this tool, is that you can only target 10 or 20 keywords at a time. Okay. And so we built our tool that programmatically helps us build out. I think at latest count, one of our websites has 5,000 landing pages on it, and we're ranked 99% number one, not just on the first page. And so that's part of our system there, to answer your question. Hopefully that did answer it. Do you integrate with Job Nimbus? We can. Job Nimbus, unfortunately, is a closed system, so it's kind of hard to use something like Zapier to get things to work directly with it. But we do have clients that are using it, and essentially we're just playing the middleman with our CRM to ensure that the nurturing campaigns actually work, right? and that the review machine works, and all of these things all work together. Corey says, can you connect with me on Facebook? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I'll copy this, see if it'll let me copy it, and copy your, yep. Okay. I've got your link. I will connect with you after this. All right. That's any other questions that y'all have? Keith, you want to chime in on anything here? No. Okay. No. All right. So upcoming webinars. These are coming up. In my last webinar, I think I'd gotten a little overzealous and decided to do, like one every other week. Guess what? I'm having a hard time keeping up. So, so I'm going to do a one webinar a month from now on. Okay. So the next webinar that's coming up December 4th, roughly about a month from now, is going to be the 2021 Ultimate Digital Marketing Plan for Roofers. Okay. This is going to be, basically, we're going to help you build this system, okay, for how to go out and what's working now, for roofing companies, and what's going to work, 2021. We're going to take our crystal ball and say, okay, well, you need to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, whatever, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of steps that we're going to go over on how to build your digital marketing plan. January 4th, is going to be the 2021 guide to ranking your roofing website. We're going to talk about all sorts of great things. Come to this one. That one's going to be fun because I'm going to actually give you a list of all of the keywords, okay, that you need to be targeting right now in your area. Okay. I am an SEO. I've been doing it since, honestly, 1998. And so I have a little bit of knowledge on the whole SEO game and how it's evolved since that time. I have a whole lot. Google is a moving target, and if you're not staying up with it today, tomorrow, the next day, if you're not staying up with the strategies and techniques that are working now, then you're just going to get left behind, right, by your competitors who are hiring someone like me, honestly, that's going out and getting those rankings and really just dominating Google. All right, and that's pretty much it. What now? All right, this is the pitch. If you're, no, that's not a pitch. This is a very soft pitch, y'all. If you're tired of wasting time and money with ineffective marketing, if you need that system that helps make more sales, if you'd like to free yourself from chasing leads, and you want something that actually helps you get more appointments, most importantly, right? Book a strategy session with me at RoofingSites.com. That's our website /schedule. Okay. In it, we're going to build your lead acceleration system. All right. That is going to show you exactly how to go out and do all the cool stuff that we do. And if you want to hire us, cool. If not, you've got this blueprint in hand of exactly how to do that. All right. So that just about wraps it up. This was a quick one because reviews is a no-brainer, I think. And every business needs them. Every single roofing company needs more reviews, better reviews. And hopefully this was helpful and showed you guys how to build your review machine. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, y'all.